So now we're going to get into the draw, right? What's the two things that everybody wants to learn? Recoil control and finding the dot on the draw. We just went through the path of recoil control. Now we're going to get to the draw. But I teach it a little differently. I teach it in reverse, okay? When I teach it from a high compressed ready, front sight proud, we'll learn how to find the dot from the presentation. Then we learn how to put our support hand on the gun, right? Because even though, so like I've been doing that for a million reps, but you don't actually know how to do it, you just kind of do it. We're gonna put that into a conscious technique, okay? Then we get to the actual draws. Like I said before, if you're going AIWB, you'll get a draw from there. If you're going from 3 o'clock, you'll get 2 draws from there, right? Why do I do it that way? Because this is the shit show. And if we start with the shit show, we'll be here till 3 o'clock. But if I do it in reverse, right, you'll be more comfortable in finding the dot and everything else becomes easier. Make sense? Cool. So guys, we're gonna start off with a high compressed ready, front sight, slightly proud. What does that mean? First of all, compressed ready means it's my gun, not our gun, okay? So we're starting here. Front sight, slightly proud just means you got a slight cantward upwards on the pistol. Why do I do that? In the firearms, especially the pistol industry, we have this over obsession with getting the gun flat. Flat, 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 flat as soon as possible. And I understand why that is, right? But here's a problem when you're in a compressed ready if your gun's flat, right? So everybody watch. I'm gonna have the gun compressed, front sight proud. Look at my shoulders, wrists, and elbows. See how I'm nice and relaxed? Watch when I put the gun flat. See how everything moves? See that tension? Tension is the enemy of performance. Plus, when I'm here, if I'm looking at the target in my bottom peripheral when the gun is flat, I see the front sight to maybe the middle of the slide. But if I slightly raise it up, now I see the entire gun. Why is that important? Aiming is a visual relationship between the gun and the target. If you can see the gun and the target, you are aiming, okay? Now, you might be so close, it might be a gross sight picture by using the whole entire gun, or if you're further out a distance, you actually need the sight, right? But you're still aiming. That's all aiming is, relationship between what you're projecting and the target. If you do that, you're aiming. You're not point shooting. Stop that shit, okay? So the more I see of the gun by slightly canting it upwards, the sooner I'm seeing more of the gun and the target, the sooner I'm aiming. The sooner I'm aiming, the sooner I'm putting effective rounds on target. Does that make sense? So from here, in order to find the dot, we're gonna do what I call the 4 Ps to find the dot, okay? Those 4 Ps are present the pistol, prep the trigger, at about 80% of my presentation, support hand pinky pressure to drop the dot down from 12. Then when the dot lands in the acceptable level of accuracy, I go through the last 2 pounds left and pull the trigger. So it is present, prep, pinky, press. If you do those 4 things, you will find the dot every single time. If you do extra goofy stuff, you won't find the dot. What's goofy? When you throw in some other P's, like punching out, right? Punch out, punch out. Scott, I'm gonna punch out in a gunfight. You're probably also gonna piss your pants. You don't need to practice it, okay? Right? Here's the problem with punching out. Everybody take your finger gun, put it to your eye. Now, punch out at me. What happens at the end? Shake, shake, wiggle, wiggle, right? Because your body doesn't know where the hell's out here, so it doesn't know where to blow off steam. If I had one of you right-handed shooters on a slow motion camera, what you would see is that your finger went to the left first and then corrected, okay? Because your body works like an X. Unabated, your right arm will go left, okay? That's the other place where the dot is when you can't find it. It's either high or it's left for a right-handed shooter, right for a left-handed shooter, right? Because you're punching out. Instead of doing that, all we need to do is raise the gun up to your eye line. Take your finger gun, put it to your sternum, and point up at me. Any shake or wiggle at the end? Absolutely not. Did anybody miss? Nope, because you've been pointing your entire life. Why is that? Your eye line is a proprioceptive index. I know, big words. I gave Aaron Cowan $50 for that word. Please put that on the internet. Anyway, you've been pointing your entire life and you don't miss. When you punch out, there's no index out here, so you don't know where to bleed off, and that's why you do all that. Does that make sense? So all we need to do is isolate the number of moving axes to 1. Your arms to your eye. Present, prep, pinky, press. Present, prep, pinky, press, right? When you punch out, you're going to the left. If you lean forward, you have multiple moving axes, all that other goofy shit, okay? So don't do that, and you'll find the dot every single time. Does that make sense? So I'm going to demo this for you, and then you guys are going to do it, okay? So get to an area where you can kind of see my gun. Oh, why are we starting at the 5 instead of the venerable 7? Does anybody know why the 7 yard's so important? Neither do I, right? But build drills, fast drills, some of my standard blah, 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 right? But the 5 yard line's important because that's really where you need to find the dot to where it matters, right? 3, you could do gross sight pictures, but 5 is where we're going to start off with. We're going to learn the technique first. Once we learn the technique, then we'll push it back to the 7 for that whole crawl, walk, run type of skill building. Make sense? Cool. So get kind of to the side here where you can see my gun. Lead foot forward, nice high grip, right? I'm going to look at the target. In my bottom peripheral, I can see my front sight and the top of my optic, okay? Slightly canted upwards, right? From here, I'm going to present, prep, pinky, press. See how that was all one thing? Make it one thing, right? Present, prep, pinky, press. Present, prep, pinky, press. Got it? Here's what I don't want you to do, okay? I don't want you to do this, right? Present, prep, pinky, is the dot exactly where I want it to be? Dot. Am I a good person? I am a good person. Can I put it in the same fucking hole? God damn, this gun's getting really fucking heavy. Don't do that shit, okay? Also, don't do this. I'm gonna impress Scott and win the class. Here we go. Ready? Up you go. What'd you see? Not a fucking thing, but god damn, I'm fast as fuck, boy. Right? The purpose of this is to know exactly what's happening so that you can describe it to yourself later on so that you can retain the technique. Make sense? Also, don't do this. Present, prep, pinky, press, and then you snatch that gun back like it owes you money. Okay? The great thing about one focal plane shooting is I can see my hit through the window. If you snatch it back, you will lose all diagnostic ability. Does that make sense? Okay? So we're not doing this slow, we're doing it carefully. Okay? So again, present, prep, pinky, press, present, prep, pinky, press, present, prep, pinky, press. Got it? Downrange.
Downrange.
Your acceptable level of accuracy.
Good. So now right here, I want you to relax a little bit.
Yep.
Okay. So just
Ready.
look at the target.
Up.
Let me manipulate. And then just draw a straight line because you can see the top of your optic and your peripheral right now. Yeah.
Barely. I'd have to get about there. Yeah.
That's okay. That's okay.
That was great. Did it come more from like a 12:30, 1 o'clock position instead of 12?
Yeah.
A little bit, right? So
Yep.
the reason is because you start at 1.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with that as long as you know you do it, right? But you're going to be more efficient if you go from 12. So just try 12, okay? Ready? Up! See how that affects it? Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. If you start from here and you present and you got to do this, and I just got to do this, I'm going to be more efficient and slightly quicker. Does it matter? No, but it's the technique, right?
Sure.
Cool. All right. So the next part is, right, how do we put our support hand? Where and how do we put our support hand on our gun in relation to our body to make sure the gun goes straight, okay? For example, okay, when I put my support hand on my gun, my firing hand, where is it right in front of in relation to my body? You can say it. Fuck yeah, you're a genius, bro. Right? How many of you immediately said sternum? 1, 2 people. How many, like, what did you say to yourself? In front?
Right here.
Center, right?
Yeah.
Problem is, if we were on the phone and you said put in your center of your body, well, where the fuck's my center at? Right? I don't know. People say center line, chest. Well, this is my big ass chest, man.
Xiphoid process.
Xiphoid process is another flex word for, actually technically sternum. Xiphoid process is down here, right? But why is it your sternum? Okay, everybody clap and hold it. Right? What's that right in front of? Did anybody practice clapping last night? Jake did. He's a good-looking dude, man. He's a fucking mirror like this. Okay? Anyway, right? Nobody practiced clapping last night, so let's not reinvent the wheel, okay? But also notice where you clapped, right? It wasn't here, and it wasn't out here. It was right about here. Notice that space? That is where your body thinks the perfect middle of your core is. That's where, in front of your body, you put your support hand. Now we have words to things and we don't want to know why and how. Make sense? Now, when I put my support hand on the gun, on my firing hand on the gun, what am I aiming for to get a good grip? If you watch my videos or you've been to my class, don't answer. What am I aiming for in this area with my support hand to get a good grip? Trigger guard. Anybody else? That's the classic answer, trigger guard, right? So here's the thing about the trigger guard, right? Is my finger on the trigger guard? Yes, yeah, right? It's on the trigger guard. Is that a good grip? Fuck yeah, that's my grip, right? Finger, still on the trigger guard. Is that a good grip?
No.
Nope, that's bullshit, right? So now here's your chance to get back at me for all the bad jokes I'm gonna say over the next 2 days, right? Take your firing hand, middle finger, and flip me off. Now put it sideways. Now take your support hand index finger and put it like that. Everybody got it? Now tap it really quick. How many times you miss, sir? How many times you miss? How many times you miss? Nobody missed, right? Now think about how many times you got a shit-ass grip going for your trigger guard. Why is that? Because you can't feel your trigger guard. It's not part of your body. It's not a proprioceptive index, right? But what can you feel all the time? Your middle finger, okay? Again, what does proprioception mean? It means that you know where things are on your body at all times without looking. Any point in time, you know your nose, chin, ear, elbow, and ass is, unless you're drunk. And then they got a test for that, all right? So as we come up, I call my concept in building the wave, building your grip, the wave, right? So think about the way a wave works, right? A wave goes backwards, gains momentum, gets to the apex, crashes forward, okay? I know we're in Idaho and you guys never fucking seen a wave before, right? Think about a jar of mayonnaise sideways and you're turning the lid. I know you guys know what fucking mayo is out here. God damn, I ordered a steak and lobster last night. I got mayonnaise on it. What the fuck? Anyway, it's like that, right? So we're gonna set it up. We're gonna set it up, right? Same thing applies, okay? Compressed high ready, front sight proud. Cock blockers out of the way. Middle knuckle of index finger to middle knuckle of firing hand, of middle finger, right? Watch my thumb. It's gonna come up, over, and through like a wave. Like that, okay? I'm literally pushing up into my middle finger and the trigger guard, trying to bust through that and providing that rotational torque. What's the last finger to touch? Pinky. And what does that do?
Down.
Drops the dot down. So in the first exercise, you guys were understanding the concept of manipulating your pinky pressure, right? But you were consciously doing it. Now, when you do the wave, it's part of the process, and you don't need to think about it anymore. The dot will drop from 12 every single time, okay? Why do I like the way I build as opposed to some of the other ways I was taught, right? So some people will tell you, you need to fill this gap in right here. Right? We've all heard that before, right? Fill that gap in. All right, tell me if I do what they told me to do. Yep, right? And if you go to enough classes, you'll actually see people fucking draw like that. Okay, the problem with anything that tells you to build your grip east-west is that it's not in the same plane of motion as you drawing your gun north-south, right? So forward to all that other shit, right? But me, watch the drumstick. See how it comes up to the 1 o'clock? I'm coming up, over, and through so that my draw presentation is the same as building my grip. Does that make sense? Okay. So I'm going to demo this for you. I want you watching the slide and what it does. Okay? Cool. So I'm going to go over here. Everybody get on my support hand side. High compress ready. Cock blockers out of the way. Middle knuckle to middle knuckle. Do you guys see that 45-degree angle that I'm doing with my support hand? Don't start like this. You have no articulation when you do that. It's here. Okay? So when I come up, I'm coming up, over, and through. Up, over, and through. Up, over, and through. What did my slide do? Not a goddamn thing, right? Because my slide has nowhere to go because I'm on top of, below, and behind the bore axis. So all I can do is this. Now some of you guys are going, hey man, you got that new Walther 5-inch PDP jam? You can't do that shit with my shitty gun. Somebody bring me their shitty gun. Right here. Downrange, take it out. Okay, cool. All right, so we got a Glock 19.
43X.
Oh, 43X. So small gun, okay? What kind of trigger is that?
It's just a Tango Downs shoe.
Oh, got it. Okay, so small gun should flip, right? Let's watch it. Okay? So, up, over, ooh, where's your fucking dot? Oh, up, over, and through, up, over, and through. Are these the shield bags?
Yeah.
Up, over, and through, up, over, and through, up, over, and through. What'd the gun do?
Straight back.
Straight back. Here you go. Who got a SIG? Yep. Don't take your gun out. Get right here. Face down range. Okay, cool. So we got a 320, right? What does everybody complain about with SIGs in general? That they explode when you drop them. But other than that,
It's a SIG.
high bore axis, right? Because this thing blocks your support hand, your firing hand from going higher. But when you realize that your firing hand is not what controls recoil as your support hand, this beaver tail doesn't matter anymore, okay? And last time I checked, there's no beaver tail on this side of the gun, right? So let's watch this high bore axis thing. Ready? Up, over, and through, up, over, and through, up, over, and through. What'd the gun do? You have a question?
I do. You're saying up, over, and through. What
Yep.
do those mean? What is up? I understand up. Over.
Up, pushing up into
Up,
the trigger
right,
guard.
right.
My thumb goes over the top of the bore
okay.
axis and lands through the bore axis.
Gotcha.
Make sense?
Yep.
By the way, you know what has the same bore axis as a SIG? 1911. Anybody complain about 1911 bore axis? Fucking internet. Who's shooting 40?
Ouch.
20 down range, man. You're good. Okay. There you go. Okay. Cool. So we have a 22. Plus 22. That's right. Glock 22, 40. Right. According to this, it should disintegrate the fucking target. Right. And my hand should separate from my wrist. Right. Let's watch this. Okay. Up, over, and through. Up, over, and through. Up, over, and through. What'd the gun do? Nothing. It hurts a little more. Right. Same thing with 45. But I'm getting on top of, below, and behind the bore axis, so the gun doesn't move. It doesn't matter if it's this or if it's 10 millimeter, same thing happens. Go ahead and take that back. Well, I won't shoot your 1911s, right? Because at this point, I'm just shooting your ammo. It's wonderful, right? But my whole thing is, you get the proper technique. Doesn't matter the gun. It doesn't matter the platform, right? Unless it's a super tiny gun where you can't get what on the grip? Pinkies. Then you better hope you're doing contact shit because those guns suck. Make sense?
I've got a challenge for you.
Okay.
I've got a 329 PD 44 mag.
You got it here?
I do.
I've never shot that, so. You know what the worst gun on the face of the earth is? A 229 with a DAC trigger and 357 SIG. I can do it. I can do it, but I almost got to C-clamp that motherfucker.
I mean, it's terrible.
Yeah, I'd love to shoot it though. All right, ready? Up. Up.
That felt like shit. That felt like shit on that second one.
Well,
The first
but
one
it
felt
did, but your gun still did this.
Yeah. I lost my dot is what I did.
Up. Keep it out.